Okay, so you know what's funny? Well, actually, not. It's not really that funny because it's been like this since the previous chapters. But I'm not like I actually feel more comfortable being thrown into this chapter and having that ending bit. Since I actually had a point where I could stop. Because before it was like, oh well, we're going to this timeline, and then you get the introduction to that next level, and it's like, oh crap, well now I need to play so I can actually have something to go on. Anyway, we got a job. We got to finish this. It's time, so let's finish off a stupid looking skunk with who apparently we also found out that Paradox family is a group of master thieves, and Paradox's dad was going to frame Sly's dad for stealing the massive jewel, but Sly's dad was one step ahead of him and stole the jewel anyway. Paradox didn't get the chance to learn from Daddy, so he had to learn his own way on how to be a master thief. And now he seeks to basically remove the Coopers from existence in terms of revenge.
Alright, we all know this is our last shot at stopping La Paradox and rescuing Carmelita. Currently, his blimp is docked outside the museum. I can't pinpoint Carmelita's exact position, but I believe she's being held somewhere near the loading bay. Sly, there appears to be a utility hatch on the blimp's underside that will get you inside. You can use one of the mooring lines to reach it. Once you're in, try to gather as much information as you can. But remember, we'll be right behind you, so don't do anything rash. Murray, I need you to get the van ready. We're gonna need backup for this one. So first, you and I are going on a little recruiting trip. Then we'll rendezvous with Sly inside the blimp and figure out our next move. Okay, I realize it's not the most elaborate plan, but it's the best we've got. So everybody watch your backs, and let's go take that skunk down once and for all.
Okay, this is too easy.
I'm in. I can see Carmelita.
Just hold on, Sly. We're almost there. You know it's a setup.
I know, pal, but I don't have a choice. Just get here as fast as you can. Carmelita!
Sly! No! Ah!
Dang it!
Two rats in one trap! I knew you could not resist, Cooper. You are so predictable.
Oh yeah? Well, how's this for a prediction? I'm gonna kick that stripe right off your tail.
Yes, and now come the big threats from the little man. As I said, predictable.
Let us out! You afraid of a fair fight, coward?
No, I don't think so. I have something special planned for you too. It is, how do you say, a going away party.
You're not gonna gas him?
Okay, listen up. You all know why you're here.
Oh!
We have to find your canes and get you back where you belong.
Oh, nice!
If we don't, we'll
This is a
never
big
be able to
one.
repair the damage La Paradox has done.
What about Sly?
He's on his own for now, Murray, but I'm sure he'll be fine. It's Sly. Ryoichi, you're up first. My readings show your cane is somewhere in this room.
Nice! This is a glorious...
I can sense it too, Bentley-son.
Finally, I have triumphed. This one is for you.
Oh, wow. He should...
Begin the cake preparation. And no, I do not want another cheesecake.
Poison gas.
These traps are almost too easy for us. Red Troopers at 12 o'clock!
Authorized for this truck. We will be having a celebration of mandatory.
What does it all mean, Bentley?
Hurry! No time for a break, guys. We have to keep moving.
Okay.
There's Bob's cave. Looks like this one is all you, Ryoichi.
It is my pleasure, my most hairy ancestor.
Engineering, where are you? If you're not here in 30 seconds, it's your tail. Can you hear me, Turtle? You and your vermin friends are too late.
Okay, the Paradox is gearing up for something. We need to hurry. Keep moving, Ryoichi.
I wonder if any of these traps will provide a challenge.
All systems stable.
Great. Wait, Ryoichi, I'm picking up an energy field shift. Centered on
I hope
you.
my mic doesn't pick that up.
Yes, I sense it is my time to go. It has been an honor meeting all of you. Sayonara.
It's working! The temporal abnormality is correcting itself! Bob, we need you to get Salim's cave.
Why do you persist in playing a game which you have already lost? You'll never win the Paradox. I've already won. This is just a trophy. Security, I want this ship secured now. Any more slip-ups and there will be no cheese rations for your determination is impressive, but ultimately pointless compared.
What can we do, Bentley?
We can help the ancestors get their caves, Murray, as fast as we can! Don't slow down, Bob!
Breach confirmed. Security.
Guards, bring this blip of the Cooper gang.
Synchronizing temporal matrix. Electromagnetic pulse stabilizers.
Guards,
What? Wow.
your determination is impressive, but ultimately pointless compared.
What can we do, Bentley?
We can help the ancestors get their caves, Murray, as fast as we can! Don't slow down, Bob!
Dimensional capacitor calibrated. Rerouting power to bridge. All systems stable. Increasing power output.
Engineering, where are you? If you're not here in 30 seconds, it's your tail.
Synchronizing temporal matrix.
Outstanding, Bob! Looks like you're heading home now! Watch out for those penguins!
Oh.
This is going well, but we're not out of the woods yet.
Temperature.
We have to keep pushing! Salim, you're the only one who can reach Gallus Cave!
Forsooth! I would entrust this to no other! Oh, again with the climbing?
Get going, Salim. We've got some planning to do.
Engineering, get me more power.
No.
I need to move up this
Of course, that's freaking poison
Get
gas.
going,
Just
Salim. We've got some planning to do.
Engineering, get me more power. I need to move up this schedule.
What are you up to, Paradox? Soleil, no time for napping. We need to step it up.
All this climbing is going to turn me into a monkey.
Hurry, Cooper! You don't want to miss the final act!
Very nice, Salim. You've definitely earned your retirement.
I salute your excellence, Sir Salim.
All right. Now that we got Mr. Cranky Pants home safely,
Was that you, Socks?
press on.
Give me a minute.
Gallup, we need your skills to get Tennessee's cave.
Verily shall it be in thine command, hence and forthwith.
You talk funnier than a two-headed jackalope, but thanks, amigo.
Says the guy who's insane.
It is too late, Cooper! Your legacy ends tonight!
Gallup, break those fuses to disable that laser grid.
Fear not, Sir Galeth will triumph.
Yellow alert. Yellow alert. Security breach ongoing. All patrols report for duty. Warning. Linear engines performing at 0 reliability.
Pathetic! Give up now while you still have some shred of dignity! You're going back to jail where you belong, Paradox!
That's so bad, Bentley. Think it has anything to do with Sly?
I don't know, but it doesn't sound good. We need to get to the bridge. Sir Gallup, time is definitely of the essence.
Forsooth, shall I venture forward?
Security, set it up! No one gets to them!
More fuses, Gallup. Take them out and the path should be clear.
Why are those things still on my airship? And this is unacceptable!
Truly remarkable, Gallup. This looks like farewell.
Indeed. Once more unto the breach go I. Fare thee well, you all!
More vermin dead ahead!
Ow! You must better do your job! Failure is not an option! That is us, Paradox! But I control!
You're getting close, guys. Those switches are completely out of our reach. Tennessee, this looks like a job for you.
Just what I was hoping for, Bentley. I've been itching to get in on the action, too.
Come on, kid. Those platforms must have a switch somewhere.
This is more fun than square dancing with a donkey!
Attention. Computer now offline for scheduled...
Prepare yourselves for failure, Coopers! You should prepare yourself for prison!
10, 9, 8, 7.
Those platforms appear to be on some kind of timer. You'd better move it.
Uh-huh! That's right! The kid is back in business!
Attention.
Hurry, Tennessee! It's all up to you now!
Attention.
Good. Increase power to maximum. We're going to need it all.
Danger. Blimp structural integrity failing.
Whoa! Pay attention, Tennessee. You need to figure out that lock sequence.
Reckon I ought to break out the old crack shot here. All right! I guess break time is over.
It is too late, Cooper! Your legacy ends tonight!
Woohoo! I am the greatest biggest shot ever! Well, looks like our goose ain't cooked yet.
Nice shooting. Now let's find Sly.
Alone at last. How cozy.
You want cozy? I'm going to throw you and all your friends into the same prison cell.
But no. It is the two of you of whom I am thinking. To be together. Forever. Just think of it as the most romantic coffin ever.
Don't count on it, Paradox. We've beaten all your other plans.
But not this time, I think. Look at this. My marvelous contraption. The time tunnel. Something else I had your little friend Penelope develop before her unfortunate failure. Is very much like the time machine, no? With one important difference. From here, I have the control over where you go. And it's programmed to send you and your Interpol shrew on an endless honeymoon. Free of charge. Bouncing through time for all eternity. That's if you survive the trip. But either way, I will never have to see your irritating faces again.
You think this thing can hold me? Just wait until I get out of here.
Why'd you do it, Le Paradox? Why the ancestors? Why not just come after me? What's the deal?
Exactly!
The deal? The deal is you, Coopers. You destroyed my father, and you almost got me. But not quite.
He didn't even bother with you.
I swore I would erase the Cooper name from history completely. And so today, my revenge will be complete. It is time now for
Always
you to
with the
go.
vengeance.
Bon voyage!
You guys need a hobby.
Cooper, you filthy vermin!
Ooh, wait! Cut that closer than a $10 shave. Reckon my time here is up.
Take care,
See ya.
Fantasy.
I will crush you!
Why did you set up that platform like that?
Take Carmelita and get off this thing.
We all need to leave right now. That maniac just tore a hole in time-space.
I need to finish this fight here and now for the whole Cooper clan. And I'm the only one who can glide out of here.
This whole blimp could disappear any second.
Right, so there's no time to argue. Just go.
Sly,
I know. Me too.
Now, if she said that she hates you, then what?
Come, Cooper. I will teach you to fight like a gentleman.
And how would you know?
Ha! I'm going to save that Cooper tongue for last. After I cut the rest of you to pieces.
Alright. Bad idea.
Cooper. I will teach you to fight like a gentleman.
And how would you know?
Ha! I'm going to save that Cooper tongue for last. After I cut the rest of you to pieces.
Let's dance.
Your cat work is pitiful.
Not as pitiful as that mustache.
It's too bad you didn't work for me. I could have used. You know, when I'm done with you, I'm going to crush the rest of your little gang.
Only thing that's gonna get crushed is your ego.
Your cat work is pitiful.
Not as pitiful as that mustache.
What? You cheated!
QTE fight the game.
What the?
A lucky break, Cooper.
You'll be lucky if I only break your neck.
Come on. I'm I'm waiting for you.
Oh wow, music's changing too. Let's go.
Say it well. I'll teach you a lesson. Looks like somebody just lost his temper.
Why don't you just give up? And I'll make it painless for you.
Why don't you come over here and take it?
There is something wrong with this stupid sword.
QTE the game now.
Sly, do you read me? Get out of there, Sly!
Where is that little weasel?
I know it's difficult, Cooper, but try to keep up.
This thing is coming apart at the seams.
Don't fall, then I won't get the chance to kill you myself.
So, before we finish this, let me get one thing straight. You came after the Coopers because of what happened to your father?
No, you imbecile! I came after the Coopers to prove that Le Paradox is the greatest thief who has ever lived.
Clockwork 2.0? Really?
If the Coopers were truly the greatest thieves in history, and I have stolen their most valued possessions, then what does that mean?
An idiot? You had it made. You could have been the biggest thief of all time, but you had to target my ancestors and blow your own cover. You exposed your operation because of your ego. No Cooper would have done that. And for the record, can you really say you stole the canes? Seems like your friends did all the real work.
Ooh.
Enjoy your words, Cooper, because they will be your last.
I'm glad these QTEs are friendly. I mean, if this was Resident Evil 4, it would have been much worse. Like, it would have been like, oh, you lose.
I thought we were gonna be pals.
Because they give you no time. Oh.
You blasted imbecile! I'll run you through!
Now, think of your blood pressure, Cyril.
And one for the road.
This is not right! My plan was perfect!
Sorry, pal. You just can't plan for a Cooper.
Just please help me!
Why should I?
I do not wish to die!
I guess you won't be doing any harm from a prison.
Don't do it, man. Traitor. And
As I said, so predictable.
You won't get away with this. I'll find you.
come on, Sly, don't.
I do not think we will meet again.
I have a feeling that thing's gonna fail. Yep. Now, as for us,
It's
Oh,
been a
boy.
while since that night, but there's still no sign of Sly. Or that cursed blimp. The skunk could barely tread water. So by the time they picked him up, he was happy to see them. Word is he earned a special cell in solitary confinement, where the only thing he'll be collecting from now on is gray hair. Both Paris and the Thievius Raccoonus were back to normal, but that hardly made us feel any better. At first, we just waited, assuming Sly would show up the way he always did. But as the days stretched into weeks, we had to face the fact that he was truly lost. We've stopped talking about it all the time, but I know it's all we're thinking about, even if we show it in different ways.
Wow.
Murray seems like his usual cheerful self, but I can tell there's a new level of seriousness underneath it all. He's on the professional wrestling circuit now, and he's really been pushing himself. I know he's doing it to keep his fighting skills sharp. Like all of us, he wants to be ready for action the minute we locate Sly.
He's freaking muscle gut now.
Carmelita returned to Interpol, where she threw herself into her work, busting criminals at a record pace. She's been so busy, I haven't seen her for a while now. My sources tell me she's conducting her own investigation into Sly's whereabouts. Out of everyone, I think she took his disappearance the hardest, even if she never shows it. At least not in public.
Oh.
As for myself, I continue to search. Even using all my technology, I haven't found a clue. The time machine is no help since we need to know where Sly was for that to work. I get discouraged sometimes, but I'll never give up. Because I know Sly's out there, and I know that wherever he is, we will find him.
Okay, so it's pretty much the end of the game.
Ryuichi Cooper continued to refine his master ninja techniques as well as his sushi. And while his thefts were never detected, his sushi restaurant was recognized as the finest in Japan.
Okay, I'll wait till after they do this bit.
El Jefe remains behind bars. He was transferred to a South American prison, where he now works rolling cigars. Unfortunately for him, there's no smoking allowed.
Oh, that's good for him. He doesn't need he doesn't need to die an early death.
Tennessee Kid Cooper recovered his gold and his place in history as the greatest outlaw of the Old West. His legend grew even bigger when he began stealing from crooked lawmen exclusively.
And Toothpick. I'll give it a minute.
Toothpick was arrested and became part of a chain gang working on the railroads. He eventually went deaf and faded into obscurity.
Oh, whoa, morbid. That one's morbid. Whoa, okay. Yeah, good.
Caveman Cooper kept up his physical training and returned to his role as egg thief extraordinaire. Perhaps most importantly, he pioneered the use of his cane as a tool for thieving.
Huh.
The Grizz received a lengthy prison sentence and began a new career as a rap artist. In his spare time, he paints portraits of his fellow inmates.
On his fellow inmates. And sings badly. From the looks of things. Oh boy. I don't want to go to prison.
Sir Gallup Cooper returned to his heroic adventures and went on to form the Knights of the Cooper Order, a gallant group that stole from corrupt nobility. He also became a successful, if overly dramatic, actor.
Huh. I certainly hope that nobody...
Penelope was sent to Europe's highest security prison, where she promptly escaped. She remains at large, and the police have no clue as to her whereabouts. Recently, however, I've been receiving mysterious postcards.
Huh.
Salim Al-Kupar finally retired from thieving and took a long nap. Then he dreamed up a lucrative new business. Parking his camel around town, he sold snacks to hungry customers. It was highly successful.
Snack cart. Or snack camel.
After being locked up, Miss Decibel decided to make some changes. She had the horn removed from her trunk, enrolled in anger management classes, and began teaching music to other prisoners. With continued good behavior, she might get an early parole.
Jeez. No, keep her in there. Don't let us suffer.
Dimitri returned to his globetrotting ways as a celebrity scuba diver, and even launched a new line of fashion wear. He's so successful, there's a new reality TV show chronicling his adventures.
He's not fat anymore.
Diver.
He was fat in the third game. Like, he put on weight, and now it's like, what the heck?
La Paradox had all his assets seized, including his art collection, and everything was donated to the city of Paris. I'm told his cell was modified to be completely odor-proof. I suppose that's good for the guards, since he's going to be living there for a very long time.
Oh, man. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's everyone. Okay. So, my thoughts on this game. And it puts me back at the title screen. Oh, wait, there's extras. Yeah, hold on. Unlockables. Camo paraglider, monkey paraglider, ultimate Sly. Sly owns the darkest night in this costume. Cloaked in shadow, he is tireless for justice and picking pockets. And that's based on the number of masks I collect. Then you have cinematics, and I'm missing... So I'm missing various cinematics, probably because I haven't completed like various objectives. I think that's what that is. Chalk Talks. Okay. So that's the unlockables. Okay, so my thoughts on this game. it's hard for me to put it into words because according to a lot of people, this is like the black sheep or the most hated of the Sly Cooper games. And a lot, like, the main reasons I was hearing why it was so hated was because everyone was like, oh no, they ruined Penelope. Like, that was one of the main reasons I heard. And then, as I was playing through it, I heard another reason saying that the game, it ruined Sly's relationship with Carmelita, or the jokes were bad, like the dialogue and the jokes were bad. Like, it was general, and from what I can gather from all the comments made, it was generally because this game went to a different company. Like, because now Senzaru Games has it, and I have to say, they did a pretty good job. They actually did a pretty good job with this. I would have to put Sly 3 at the top of my list. I would put Sly 3 at the top of my list as probably my favorite of the Sly Cooper games. because that is where I would say they took Sly Cooper, like, because they went, it was like, okay, well, Sly 1 was great for what it was, and then they changed it. They changed everything for Sly 2. They changed everything for Sly 2, and it basically changed to what we know now, which is hub world and go around and do missions and stuff that are marked everywhere. But it was so ugh, in my opinion, that I was just like, it gave me, like, not only was I going through a toothache at that time, but it felt like everything felt tedious, and everything felt tedious, and I was just not in the mood to just be like, okay, well, let me journey around just to get this done, blah, and whatnot. Sly 3, I would say, more or less, in a lot of ways, like, fixed the flaws of Sly 2, and I was like, yes, this is what you do when you make a sequel. So this one, which you can call Sly 4, or you can call it the Sly Cooper reboot, or you can call it whatever the heck you want. Sensor Games did a... I don't want to say it this way, but this is the only way I can think of. Sensor Games did a damn good job for just taking up... who was the company that had it last? I keep forgetting. It's not Naughty Dog. It's why do I keep forgetting who has Sly Cooper? Who did Sly Cooper before? Like Sucker Punch. Sensor Games did a damn good job. Since they had to take the reins from Sucker Punch, who no longer had the rights. I don't know the whole deal behind it. I didn't read the entire wiki article. I generally skimmed it so I can get to know what the heck's going on. They did a damn good job keeping Sly intact. Because in a lot of cases, you could get something like, say, Crash Bandicoot, which if you know, you had Crash 1, 2, 3, you had Team Racing, you had all these Crash games. Crash was by Naughty Dog, if I remember right. You had all these Crash games, and then Crash went to a different company, which I believe it was Sierra. No, I can't think of the game. I can't think of the company that did Crash of the Titans and Mind Over Mutant. But then you had those games, and people were just angry. People were angry, like, this is not our Crash. And while I personally did like those games, those Crash games, I like almost every single Crash game I played, which is 1, 2, 3, Titans, and Mind Over Mutant, and Team Racing. I liked all the Crash games, but the majority of the audience was like, no, we hate what you did to Crash. It's pretty much the same, and you could get Sly Cooper could have been that, or it could have been, it could have been Skylanders, or excuse me, Spyro the Dragon series, where everyone, and I never played the Spyro the Dragon series, but apparently almost anyone that's a Spyro the Dragon fan hates Skylanders because of what happened to Spyro. So Sly Cooper could have ended up in those two examples of Crash Bandicoot or Spyro. This game did great, and I love it. As for the entire series, I would say Sly 3 is the best. Thieves in Time comes second, Sly 1, and then Sly 2. I'm not too fond of Sly 2, generally because generally because it was just like everything. Well, it felt like they really just decided want to change everything up, and it was an experiment. It wasn't a failed experiment, but it was very shaky. Okay, I think that expresses my thoughts for the Sly Cooper series. There is another Sly Cooper game out there, which is called Bentley's Hat Pack, and I believe that's just Bentley's mini games, his shooting mini games, and it's based off of this game. I debated on buying it or not, and right now, well, one, I don't have the money to buy it. I don't have the money to actually go out and go buy it right now, so I'm not going to go do that. But apparently I think that's the only Sly game I haven't played. The other games that have Sly Cooper in it, which is that one game that uses the PlayStation Move, and that one game that PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale. I don't have those two games, and I'm not exactly looking into those games. As for the next series of games I'm going to try and play through, I'm pretty much looking at doing Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. I know very little about it, and if you've been watching my channel for a while, you guys might already know that I played through Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 4, which was on PC. Well, that was on PC, and it's also on mobile. But I played the PC version. Played through that, finished it. I might go through that again. Maybe to try and get 100% or something. I don't know. Anyway, as for this game, I know there's a 100% ending. There is a 100% ending, which requires you to get all the treasures, all the masks, and I think you have to get all the trophies. I don't know. That's going to take a while, and I would rather do that not on recording. And if I had the ability to like reliably do so, I would live stream it. I don't know what you guys think. Anyway, this is it. That's it for this game. I am Bradley the Gaming Mole, signing off. See you guys next time. Peace.